In today's tutorial, let me show you how to make a granny stripes hat and how to be really lazy about it at the same time. Let's do that right after this. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the granny stripes hat, and the pattern is free and it's available on yarnspirations.com. Today I'm going to be very lazy about it because I like changing stripes, but I don't necessarily like working when carrying yarn. That is suggest, and you can do it because it looks amazing as well. But there's a new line that's in town, and this is called the Bernat Super Value Stripes. Now this is a yarn that transitions, so it has a long section for like red, and it will go for quite some time, and then it will change to another one here. So this one here is meadow stripes, and this is spice stripes, and you can see how it works up. So it looks like that I've continually changed the colors in it, but it's actually coming out of the ball this way, and you only need one ball to make one hat, and it's a really kind of a super idea. So in today's tutorial I'm going to just walk you through the pattern step by step and going through it. I'm also going to tell you how to change the size. I felt my hat was a little bit too big, and I'm going to show you in the pattern that where you can alter to make it work for you as well. So the free pattern is available in the more information link of this video, and it's just strictly one piece of paper here. And now what I would have done differently, because I'm a loose crocheter, and don't tell anybody I'm a loose crocheter because we don't want the rumors getting out, I would have subtracted and took out the 6th round of making it bigger because I'm a loose crocheter and I found that the hat was a little bit too big for me. But this is one of those things. If you end up with a hat that's too big, I would suggest moving out the 6th round and just continue from 5 and just going like 7 and 8, and you have to get to a certain height anyway. The 6th round increases it one more time, and I think I could have got away with not increasing it that one extra time in order for it to fit me better. So that's a choice that's up to you. If you end up with the hat too big, just come back to the 6th round and just change it. Now what I could suggest to you is that if you are not sure if you're loose or whether you're a tight crocheter, mark the 6th round with a stitch marker, and then when you get down here and you say, okay, you know what, it's a little bit too big, you can frog back to here and know where exactly it is in your hat. So then you can alter it to take that out and then continue once again. I did frog my my hat a little bit in order to get it to a size that I would like for myself. Again, that's completely up to you. So if you're gonna do the pattern as normal, that from what it suggests, it needs what do we got? We got 5 different balls of yarn, and the navy is the main color, and then you have all the rest of them. Now it says not to cut the yarn, so you're not gonna cut the yarn every time. You're just gonna carry it in the inside. So you're just gonna have them just like a carry string going from one to another. So this orange will appear back here. So just carry it up, don't cut it, and restart another yarn, and that's how you can do it. Or you can do the Bernat Super Value Stripes. It transitions on its own, so you can follow it. So you got the blue, and then it transitions immediately then into green, or this grassy kind of green. So there's a little bit of a transition, and then it goes right to the full color. So it gives you a very long pathway of colors, and it looks really amazing, and from the top view it looks really cool too. So if somebody's looking at you while you're in the cashier line, they're going to be admiring the back of your hat, and you can see it looks amazing at the same time. So let's begin. We're going to start off with the larger hook. There's 2 sizes of hooks, and we're using the 5mm H for the main part of the hat, and then the ribbing at the front is a 4.5mm, a size G crochet hook for that. So we're going to start off with this one. We're going to start on the top of the crown and work our way down. Didn't mean to rhyme, but that's okay. I got many talents, as you can see. So we're going to start off with the slip knot. We're going to start off with the center ring, and it says to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to just insert our hook into the very first chain, yarn over, pull through to form the center ring of the top of the hat. Now throughout, because I'm using the Bernat stripes in this particular tutorial, as we go along you're gonna see it changing color naturally on its own. So we're going to start off with round number 1. So sometimes you have to eliminate some things that you already know from the past in order to move on to the future. So what we're going to do in the very first round, we're going to chain up 3, and that's going to count as a double crochet, and then we're going to come into the center of the ring for another double crochet. So what's going to happen here is that we're going to create 6 sides to the hat. So this is one side of 6. So every 2 crochets makes up one side. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to come back into the ring and another 2 double crochets in a row, and then that's another side. So I had this pre-assumption because I always do granny squares and there's always 3 double crochets. I always assume that everything always has to be 3. So you have to get that out of your mind just for the starting of this one. So you just chain 1 and 2 double crochets in a row, and you do that same patterning going all the way around. So chain 1 and 2 double crochets in a row. You should end up with 6 sets of 2 double crochets together by the time you get around. If you're running out of stitch spaces, don't mind that. Just shift everything you're playing in the ring. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1. This is the 6th one. And once you get that final 2 of the 6, make sure you chain 1 first and then just join to the top of the chain 3 that you started with. So make sure that you do have 6 groups of 2 going all the way around. Let's move on to round number 2. So here's the secret for this whole patterning. So once you slip stitch, every time you go to start you have to slip until the next chain 1 space. Okay, that's every time. So you're just gonna go into the next chain or next stitch and just slip stitch, and then go into the next chain 1 space and slip stitch, and now you're ready to begin once again. So let's begin, and this round we're gonna do things slightly more differently. So we're going to chain up 3. Remember that counts as a double crochet, and you're going to double crochet once again in that same space. So for this round, every one of these chain 1 spaces is gonna have this configuration. You're gonna have 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets into the same space. Okay, this is allowing the top of the crown to grow just like that. Once you have that done, you have to then chain 1 and then go into the next chain 1 space over here and do the exact same thing. So there'll be 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. You're gonna do that into every space going all the way around. So how many of these will you end up with? You'll end up with 6 because there's 6 here. So you have 1, 2. Make sure you chain 1 first before jumping over to the next chain 1 space to begin again. So 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. So continue to do that all the way around. I'll meet you back here and then we'll move up to round number 3. So in coming up all the way around, you'll notice that the color just did a transition change, and it will stay this color like a mustard color for a little bit before it changes once again to something else. So once you get that final one in there, don't forget to chain 1 and then join with the top of the chain 3 that you started with. So you should have a total of 6 of these going all the way around. So 6 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You're good to go. Let's move on to round number 3. Okay, as I promised you, we have to get ourselves to a middle section here. So we have to slip stitch for round number 3 to the middle. So okay, so you see that there's 2. Okay, it's in the same space. Go and slip stitch to the middle. So just slip on over, you'll see it. Now this round is very unusual. It's not what I would have expected, but it does work. So here we go. We're gonna chain 3 first. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to double crochet 2 more times into that same space. So for this particular round, what we're gonna do is that every space is going to get 3 double crochets into it. Okay, so we're actually still getting bigger, and then after you get that done, you're gonna chain 1 and then just jump to the next space and put in 3 double crochets. So now you're getting back to the granny square idea, but don't assume that the whole hat is like this. It's only allowing the project to grow in order to do so. So once you get that one done, you have to separate this one here, and okay, so there's every space, chain 1 space is going to get 3 double crochets all the way around. And please do not forget to chain 1 after you do that, and then move on to the next one. I'll see you back here in just a moment, and we'll move on to round number 4. So I'm finishing up round number 3. Don't forget to chain 1 after you do that group of 3 double crochets, and then just join it to the top of the chain 3 that you started with. Let's move on to round number 4. You can see the transitions are really good, and round number 4 is slightly different once again. Let's begin round number 4. So again, we have to slip stitch to the next chain 1 space to begin. And I think in this revolution we're gonna definitely see some color changing. Don't forget to slip stitch right into that chain 1. So this one's slightly different once again. So here is the repeat pattern. Let's go. We're going to chain up 3. 1, 2 and 3, and we're gonna put 3 double crochets into the same space. Or sorry, 2 double crochets into the same space, because the chaining of 3 counts as one of the double crochets. Okay, so you have the total of 3 there. Okay, so what we have is that we're going to chain 1, and in the next space we are going to do exactly what we did down here. okay, on this round. See how we kind of split them? So we're gonna put in 2 double crochets followed by a chain 1 and then 2 double crochet once again. Okay, so for this revolution we're gonna have 3 double crochets in a row, chain 1, and then the next one is gonna be the split off like you see there. So let's review. So chain 1, the next one is gonna be 3 double crochets, followed by a chain 1, and off camera the color is coming in, it's gonna change, and this one's gonna be a split. Okay, so there'll be 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Okay, so chain 1 and keep going like that all the way around. So this one's gonna be 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then the next one's gonna be the split off again. So it'll be 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. So continue that same pattern going all the way around. I'll meet you back there at the beginning in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way back around. So I have 3 double crochets in a row here, and this one's gonna be a split. How do I know that's right? Because the next one is 3 double crochets and then the split. So this last one should be 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets if I'm keeping the right counts. Okay, so it should just be consistent and then just joined with the top of the beginning of the chain 3. And that concludes off round number 4. Now this color changing is pretty drastic in this one, but you know, once the hat gets more made, you'll see that it'll be better balanced as it goes along. Let's move on to round number 5. Let's go into round number 5, and round number 5 is very similar to what we already know, and we're going to just slip stitch to the to the next chain 1 space. I told you we have to do that each and every time, and we do. Okay, so right to the chain 1 space. So this one is already what we already know from already. I think was on row number 3. I think that's what it was. So we're just going to chain up 3 to begin, and then 2 double crochets into the same space, followed by a chain 1. So right here into the next space that we have here is going to be 3 double crochets. So there's going to be 3 double crochets into every space going all the way around, followed by a chain 1. Chain 1 there, and the next space 3 double crochets, okay, chain 1, and then next one 3 double crochets. Okay, so continue to do that all the way around for round number 5. Okay, so I'm coming up all the way around on number 5, and I'm just gonna finish up the last space here, 3 double crochets in each space, followed by a chain 1, and then I'm going to join it to the top. Now the next round is number 6, and number 6 I felt like the hat was too big for me, and number 6 I would avoid that for myself because I'm a loose crocheter, but I'm gonna show you how to do it, and you can make a decision whether you're loose or not if you want to avoid that. If you are not going to do number 6, the rest of this is just really easy going down to the brim, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. Okay, so let's begin number 6 next. So for round number 6, what we're going to be doing is that the hat is gonna grow in 3 different spots. It's gonna grow in section 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I felt like myself you're only adding 3 extra spaces in this whole thing, but I just felt that because I'm a loose crocheter that I could got away with not having to do that. So let's just slip stitch to the first chain 1 space. You can see that the color has transitioned too since the last time I was joining you. So we're going to start off, and we're going to chain 3 to start, and then a double crochet into the same. So we're gonna start off by doing one of these split ones right here, and so we're gonna do 2 double crochets followed by a chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Once you get that done, chain 1, and the next 5 spaces we're going to be 3 double crochets each. Make sure you're chaining 1 in between. So let's count that out. So this is going to be 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1 for 1 of the 5. Okay, another 3. And it's easy to count if you're losing count too. You just gotta look for which ones are not split. That's number 2 followed by a chain 1. Let's do another one. 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1. That was number 3. Another 3 double crochets. Okay, followed by a chain 1, and that was number 4, and this is another 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1. So the next space here, so you satisfied, you got your 5 in there, so here's your split here. So you got 1 2 3 4 5. So the next one is another split one. So there'll be 2 double crochets there, chain 1 and 2 double crochets into the same space, just like that. Okay, chain 1, and the next 5 are going to be again 3 double crochets, and the transitions coming into my hands now. Chain 1, so that was 1. It's got 2, and here comes 3. Okay, chain 1, that was 4. Okay, this is 5. Okay, and chain 1. So that if that was 5, the next one is a split. Let me just verify that. So you got the split here, 1 2 3 4. Whoops. So this is 5 that I'm doing right now. Good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. Okay, so I just want to verify that again. So 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, chain 1. So the next one is the split one, so it's 2 double crochets. Chain 1, 2 double crochets, same spot. Chain 1 again, and so what we have here is 1 2 3 4 and 5. There's 5 spaces left, and those are all going to be 3 double crochets into each, followed by a chain 1 after each one. So please do that, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way back around, and I'm just going to join it to the top of the chain 3. So I want to do something specifically for myself. So I know that this last round, based on the last one that I had, is going to be too big. So what I want to do, just for tutorial reasons for myself, because you know I'd like to give this away to charity at the end. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna frog number 6 back, and how I'm gonna start number 7 is exactly what we're gonna do for the remainder of this, all the way until we get to the brim down here. So you can see that it kind of stops growing and then it's just going to be the same stitch work going all the way down, and that starts off in round number 7. So I'm going to frog back, and we can start number 7 together. And number 7 is identical to round number 5, which is essentially just 3 double crochets into every space going all the way around. So if the hat's too big for you, just look at round number 6, and that is probably going to be your decision factor right there. So let's take it right back, and I'm going to start round number 7, but if you're not frogging, round number 7 is still just as valid as all the rest of them. So here we go. So round 7 all the way to the remainder to the top of the brim, you have to have 8 inches from the top of the brim and down to where the top of the hat down to the brim. There should be 8 inches before starting the brim, just like this. Okay, so you have to make that judgment call on what you want to do as far as like the height. So for the remainder of your project that we're going to be doing today is that we're just going to be playing in each one of these spaces, and it's going to start forming a bowl shape. So every row starting from beyond now is all the same. So let's slip stitch to the first chain 1 space, and we're simply just gonna chain up 3, 1 2 and 3, and then 2 double crochets into the first space, because that first chaining of 3 counts as 1 double crochet. Chain 1, and then it's 3 double crochets into each space going all the way around. You are going to continually do that until you get your 8-inch height. You can try it on. If you don't want to do 8 inches, you want to make it shorter, that's up to you. If you want to make the brim wider, again, that's up to you. The instructions allow for you to have your personal flexibility as well. So essentially this is how hard it's gonna get. Let me just get right back to the beginning. It's like I'll meet you back at the end of this round. I'll show you how to start once again, and I'm gonna leave that to you, and then we're gonna start the brim together. So off camera I gotta crochet this so I can get to where you are in the pattern. When you get all the way back around, the last space is still just the same, 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1, and then you just join it to the top of the chain 3. Okay, and begin again. So every round up until you get your 8-inch height, you just slip stitch over to the first chain 1 space, okay, chain up 3 to begin, and then 3 double crochet or 2 more double crochets in the first one because the first one chain 3 counts as a double crochet, followed by a chain 1, and then every space is 3 double crochets, chain 1. Okay, so continue to do that and I'll meet you at the brim, and I'll be crocheting this off camera so I can get caught up to where you are. So I'm coming up all the way around and I've got to the height that I need, and I'm just going to join it to the top of the beginning chain 3, and I'm going to fasten off my yarn, and you might want to do a great job of doing that really nicely by using darning needle. Again, the creativity is up to you and what you prefer for yourself. If you want to really do a fine job, just grab your darning needle, and let's see if I have one here off camera, and I do. Just put a darning needle in. Now a project can never ever stretch in 3 different directions at one time. So what you're going to do is that you're going to put your darning needle in and go through some fibers. A nice sharp darning needle at this point would be your best option. Go in through some fibers, go in one direction for 1, go back in the same direction but go into a different spot for different fibers for 2. Notice how I'm not going over so I don't get that color into that other one, and go for a 3rd time across. Okay, so it'll never come out at this point, and then you can just safely trim it nice to the project and you're good to go. So let's do the brim of the hat next, and this is what I have so far. Looks pretty colorful, isn't it? It's kinda cool. So I gotta go check with Daniel and I'll be right back because I don't know what colors to do because he's got the gift for that kind of thing. So I'll be right back. So I'm back and I consulted with Daniel. So he suggested either go with the burgundy here, a brown, this is chocolate, and I said what about a lime color, and this is called Bernat Super Value Grass. This is chocolate and this is called burgundy. So he says, you know, the lime for the middle of the winter could be a lot more fun because, you know, it gets really bland and dull. So go with the lime and see what happens. It's really kind of bold. It's not for everybody, but try it. So those were the 3 options. So I'm actually surprised he actually agreed with one of my suggestions because usually I don't have the gift for this kind of thing. So we're gonna go for lime just because I chose it and I think that's what's speaking to me the most. So let's pick up where I left off. So we've been using a 5mm size H crochet hook now, and now for the brim area we're gonna go down even more to more of a G size, a 4.5mm size crochet hook here. We're gonna grab our lime because that's what I want, and it's kind of what I was compelled to, and Daniel says it's okay. I like when I get my creativity verified. So here we go. So in the first stitch you can see where we stopped because of the color transition. We're going to just go into the first double crochet and just join it, chain 1 and 1 single crochet into that same stitch to join. So take this straggler and just hold it down on top of the line, and you're gonna put 1 single crochet into each one of the double crochets and 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, and you're gonna do that all the way around. Okay, so you have 3 double crochets next, so each one of the double crochets gets a single crochet, and the chain 1 space is next, so make sure you go right into that space for a chain 1. Okay, so do that all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way around. I'm single crocheting in each one of the double crochets and the chain 1 space. So I'm going to show you how to move up to another level. So we still have to go into this chain 1 space and then just join to the first single crochet. So the next part of this is that we're going to create the ribbing effect that you see on the hat. Okay, do you see the ribs? And those ribs are gonna maintain each other. So what we have to establish that first. So what I decided to do for myself, and I'm not sure it says this in the pattern, but I'm saying it to you now. So I'm going to chain up 2, and I'm not gonna count that as any stitch work. Okay, just it's like a builder, but it's not actually a stitch, and we're gonna do that every time we come back to the beginning, that we're always gonna have to chain this 2. So to start with this, we have to go around the front post. Okay, so each one of these single crochets, it's gonna be a little bit tight the first time around, but you go in, down through the side of the post, back to the other side. Okay, and then just yarn over and pull through 2 and 2. That's a front post double crochet. The next one, the next post that you see, we're gonna wrap the hook, come in from the back side, and then back out to the back side, pull through, and pull through 2 and 2, and that's a back post double crochet. Okay, so we're gonna alternate this all the way around. So the next one is front post, double crochet. So we come to the front. The next one is a back post. So wrap, come from the back side, pop it back out to the back, and double crochet. So we're establishing these ridges now that we're doing. So the next one's front, the next one is back. If you've done this right, when we get all the way back around, the ribbing will be completely perfect as long as you matched all three and the single, or sorry, the chain one space there. Continue to do that all the way around. I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I have one more post to go and it'll be in the back side. And so that's the last post that we're going to work with. So what I want you not to get confused, remember when we chained two, it's just a builder. So the very first stitch is actually this front post double crochet. So do not think that this is also a stitch. It's just a builder. Let's just join to the top of the beginning that you started with, the front post double crochet. Let's chain two. And so for the remainder of this brim, until you get the size that you want, they recommend about 2 inches. And again, that's completely up to you and how many that you want to do. You want to match exactly what you see. So this is a front post, this is a back post. So for the front post, just come around the front post like so, and for the back post, just go on the back side and just maintain it, and that'll keep the ribs all lined up perfectly for you. So just back post, front post, back post, front post, all the way around. Do that as many revolutions as you prefer on your hat, and then just fasten off and you're good to go for your entire project. So this has been a really kind of an easy concept, and let me finish this and I'll be back for a final wrap up of this video. I'm having the brim completely done. So here is my finished hat. I love this hat. Now this hat, because I've eliminated around number 6, it actually surprisingly fits me. I was really doubting at some point in here that it was going to fit at all. I thought it might have been a little bit too tight, but once everything was relaxed, and it takes several rows and rounds in order for it to kind of relax completely, it fits like a gem. So here's the original that I did, and I am a loose crocheter, so look at the difference of the two. Look. Isn't that crazy? So it's a matter of just understanding how you crochet and how you work up, and this hat is really quite sloppy. So if I had big hair, you know, this other hat would work well, but this hat suits me fine, and it's a little bit shorter as well because I was trying it on. So this is a great idea. You can customize it for you. Fabulous, fabulous idea. Great gift as well. So I guess until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a super day, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye bye now.